Star Wars. The second movie in the new trilogy is 2.5 hours long and picks up with Rey having used the restored map to track down Luke in his self-imposed exile and ask him to train her.
Oh my God, spoiler for first movie.
That's not a spoiler. That's what the friggin' movie's about, for God's sakes.
It's my new favorite thing to do is just to say that Dave's spoiling everything.
For Force Awakens.
It makes him real touchy to
Spoiler for
talk
Force
about any
Awakens.
movie.
Hope you saw that.
How do people describe a movie? How are you supposed to say anything about a movie?
You don't.
Yeah, I guess
you
you don't with that.
You
I
don't.
don't know.
You just say the new Star Wars out today. Good luck.
An outer space conflict.
Yeah.
Multiple characters will be there.
Yep.
I wouldn't say anything else.
Yeah,
I
I'll just
guess
leave
I
that
guess I
alone.
can.
really wouldn't.
I'll just
I
leave it
really
there.
wouldn't.
They are expecting it to make well over $200 million, but they're not expecting it to top the last Star Wars in this trilogy, The Force Awakens.
Huh.
There was such a buildup, I think, pent-up demand for Star Wars then. You know,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
had
it's
been so
different
many
now.
years.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Now you get one every year.
because I've already seen it and I wanted to see what kind of spoilers were out there, I just went on and I did the unthinkable, which was to
Search out spoilers?
search for just Star Wars on Twitter. And surprisingly, there were a lot of people that weren't saying anything, which was good. But it was all over the map. There are people that like just love it and people that don't. And it's all over the place. Like,
Because initially the reviews were that I read were amazing.
yeah,
Like glowing reviews.
and
I
it's,
read the same ones.
I know it's crazy because there's part of me that wonders about the scenario in which I saw this movie, which was normally my life unfolds where we do this job, I go home and I sleep for hours and then I wake up and I do the rest of my day. Well, because of this movie, it was at a time which was right in the middle of where my nap would be, and I had to drive an hour away to go see it. So I basically slept for an hour. So I was already crabby. Okay. Then there was a gigantic snowstorm.
Right.
Okay.
An effect.
And so there's the snowstorm, the no nap, and the long drive. And then I see this movie and I can't help but think, because I have thoughts about myself and other people are not pointing those things out to me. And I was like, well, did certain little things bother me because I was a crab ass that day? And I know that James was affected by the same type of things, probably even more.
Well, you're
and
seeing
I wondered
it again
if,
today, so maybe you'll be able to look at it.
and that's what I mean. I'm interested to see today if I let some of that stuff go because it's right after the show that we're going to go see it. And I wondered if you thought about that. And it was like, do you think it was the weird way that we had to see it?
Yeah, well, that's why I haven't said anything too mean about it on the internet yet. I've just kind of expressed my thought that it's too Disney-esque.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it again today. Catch stuff that I missed, and also seeing it again. Maybe I won't be as negative towards it.
Right. Yeah, I wondered. I wondered if I was like, man, was I just a curmudgeon that day? And it's possible that I was. I mean,
definitely could have an effect on how you look at things. But you also said the people there wasn't your typical Star Wars audience either. It was like critics and people.
It's all journalists.
Yeah.
Right. So you wouldn't get the same kind of energy, I think, as you would if Star Wars
It'd
geeks
be
around.
like if it was a theater full of me, going to see it. But
I went and saw Star
imagine?
Wars with 30 Lisas.
not a single peep. Not a single peep.
it would be real bad energy in there.
Can I tell you, every one of those Lisas turned their phone on. They turned their phone on and
their
were doing
eyes throughout
stuff.
the whole thing.
You could hear all of them roll their eyes when they did it in unison.
When they all fell asleep at the same time, that was weird.
This is stupid. Under my breath.
But it's all like, it's 30 of you. This is stupid. This is stupid.
This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid.
Well, that's funny.
Like, pipe down, Lisas. It's my dream movie.
30 Lisas ruined Star Wars. This sucks.
That's what I imagine when you say.
That's crazy that you guys are talking about that right now.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What?
What that means.
Like
This is
30 different.
stupid.
This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid. This is stupid.
Yeah, I
What?
said that a couple times.
No.
There's a part of the movie that my
I'm not saying anything,
I know, I'm just-
Dave.
well-
Don't dig
well, you
down
did. You were
deeper.
the one that
I
opened
don't
up.
know. I
just
didn't
saying.
know anything
It's
about that.
odd to think about.
I haven't read anything about
Journalist-
Star Wars. I can't spoil anything.
It's odd to think
I
about
don't-
30 Lisas, one of which saying something, and then
The rest, I'll repeat it.
I don't know what that means.
Okay,
Are you referencing critics? Because I'm confused
No.
now too.
I'm
You guys
referencing
can,
the movie.
well, you guys can
Oh.
chat later.
I hope that all 30
don't
of those
get it.
Lisas are dressed as C-3PO.
Yes! Oh, the greatest day.
I do. I want to see a movie with 30 Lisas.
And
No,
you'll
you
never know
don't.
which one is the real Lisa.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I picture them all clones of actual Lisa.
That would
Yeah.
be weird.
Yeah, but
30
that was
actual Lisas.
a weird
30 actual Lisas.
a weird Twitter exchange from the director yesterday.
It'd be a rough room. It'd be intense.
All 30 of these Lisas are not pleased with The Last Jedi. Anybody aware of that?
Unless you have to get 30 gin and tonics, or like how many ever people are in the theater for each
Just
episode.
when
have to
you
meet
go
a
see the
pole
movie,
bar.
keep 30 Lisas in mind. Because at one point, you're going to just start laughing.